What's up, friends? Time for more Breaking Bad. Last episode was a very unorthodox, unusual style compared to what we've been getting recently, but I loved it all the same. There was so much to think about, and there were some phenomenal performances from both Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, and I just loved the deep dive into Walter's mental state as far as his character goes right now, specifically stemming from everything past Jane's death. I just thought it was such a well done episode thematically, and using the fly as kind of like a metaphorical tool was just genius, and I really loved what they did with that. And even though we didn't really accomplish too much, we just kind of mainly looked into what Walter's been dealing with since that event, I still thought it was captivating the whole way through. I was never bored or anything like that, and so the showrunners of Breaking Bad definitely are some of the most capable around, because they can get my attention with pretty much anything that they decide to do for an episode. But obviously I've already talked a bunch about that episode and what it means and the thoughts I have, which you can check out at the end of the last video if you like, if you haven't seen that yet. But I'm excited to go ahead and get into this next one. Hard to believe that there's only 3 episodes left in this season, and then there's only 2 seasons left after that, so I can't wait to see what's coming up. I assume because we're getting close to the end that we're going to start to see some major things or changes happen, because usually, well, I guess at the end of last season there were some major changes, so I would assume that continues here. But hopefully you guys are excited to watch along with me for this one. If by the end of the video you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the video reach a lot more people, helps the channel out. But as always, you can check out my full-length reaction to this episode and all the other Breaking Bad episodes on my Patreon, the link for that being in the description below, and those always go up sooner than the YouTube edits, so if you'd like to see those ahead of time, you can do that there. But I look forward to getting into this episode with you all, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 11.
Yo, I thought I was gonna see some, vaginas.
I didn't say she actually painted vaginas.
Yes, Kristen Ritter is back. Thank you, dude. Oh, I've missed her so much in this show. Oh man, this is just gonna make me sad all over again that she's dead.
Does chick have medical issues?
This particular painting is of a door.
Jesse's not the best at interpreting paintings, that's for sure. Man's got one thing on his mind.
Why would anyone paint a picture of a door over and over again?
But it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Well, then why should we do anything more than once? Because it's new every time.
Ooh, Jane's speaking truth right now. She's got some wisdom. This is just gonna make me mad at Walter all over again for killing her.
To me, that's about making that feeling last.
So that's how that got there. That experience is what is triggered every time he sees that cigarette in his tray. Tell me we get her for the whole episode. That'd be great. I know it's not gonna happen though.
Here we go. You ready?
Oh my guy, Hank.
Come on, give me a step. Give me one step.
Don't touch it! Take me up!
Oh, dang, man. That's so sad to see him like this. This poor man's going through so much right now. It's gonna be a long road to recovery.
We got our first bill, and, if you're still insistent, prepare yourself. You're sure you can do this?
Oh, man. Thank goodness they have the money to support Hank. My man deserves the best treatment for sure.
I see we have some new people here at group. Couple new faces. See some hands. First time.
So glad we're getting more with this group. Not only is the counselor a good actor, but it's just a very interesting dynamic for seeing where characters are at.
My name is Andrea. Honestly, I don't want to be here.
Fair enough. Who else had their hand up?
Jesse's looking at her pretty interestingly, and if she has a speaking role, surely she's going to be somewhat of a character this episode.
My name is Brandon, and this is, I believe, Peter.
Right, I'm Peter. How are you?
These dudes are not cut out for undercover work. I wonder if Jesse's going to see a bit of Jane in either that girl or in someone else here.
How's it selling? Mad volume?
It's not so good.
How much have you sold?
I sold 1/10.
1/10? To who?
Him.
Oh my gosh, this is going terribly.
These people, they're here trying to better themselves.
Yeah, there's positivity and stuff going on here.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Thought this was a gold mine. It's the exact opposite.
I'll sell it myself.
Selling to these people, it's like shooting a baby in the face. It's not natural.
I'll show you how easy it is.
Bro, I have a feeling he's gonna try it, and then he's gonna have flashbacks to Jane, and he's gonna have mad regrets.
Andrea, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't really want to be here either.
Dude's about to spit some mad game trying to sell to her. I don't know if it's gonna work though, but I mean, if she didn't want to be there, then she might not be as apprehensive to accept some meth if she's not trying to change.
Check it out. It's officially 6 months that I've had my learners. Start driving by myself. So both of you start thinking about what kind of car you want to buy me.
I like it. Are they gonna use some of Walter's money for it?
In the spokes. Makes a nice motory sound.
Wow, well, it looks like Skylar's warming up to Walter a little bit. That was the first time she's like genuinely laughed at something he's done recently, I think. Maybe once she accepted the money, it just broke down all the walls, or she's just putting on a show.
What is Ice Station Zebra Associates?
It's a loan out. It's fine.
Who's loan out?
I have a guy.
The freaking legend Saul Goodman. I'm sure Skylar would just love him if she met him.
What's his name? What are his qualifications? His money has to be unimpeachable.
It will be.
But how do I know that?
Please don't tell me Skylar actually meets Saul. That'd be insane. That'll be freaking hilarious. I can't imagine how Saul's gonna react when he sees her. Dude, Saul's lobby is always just chaotic, just a complete mess.
What a pleasure it is to have you. I'm just going to call you Skylar. It's a lovely name. Reminds me of a big, beautiful sky.
Dude, such a crack up. This is so entertaining, man. I can't wait to see how this conversation goes.
Only the very best with just the right amount of dirty. That's a joke. That's a joke.
This is so good. I did not see this ever happening in the show. I just love the dynamic between Saul and anybody, because I know it's going to be guaranteed laughs.
If we're going to go down this road for the sake of my brother-in-law,
I've heard about him. He's an American hero.
You got that freaking right, Saul. Put some respect on Hank's name.
what are we saying is the source of this money?
Walt here actually came up with a great story about gambling winnings. It was blackjack rights in Curd County.
Oh, nope. That was actually Skylar. She's the mastermind behind that one.
Walt's one-time winnings become seed money for an investment.
Investment in what?
Drumroll, please. Wait for it. Laser tag.
What? This man has the most obscure and unexpected ideas. But I mean, that's about as not suspicious as you could possibly get.
That's what we're supposed to tell people?
I've been doing this for a lot of years, successfully, without your help. Thank you for stopping by.
That was everything I could have hoped it could be.
You want a beer or something?
Something? What do you mean?
Like beer? I'm clean out of anything else.
I know he's doing this for the purpose of selling to her, but he's probably going to risk getting feelings again.
You ever try that blue stuff that's going around? Just a little gas in the tank, and suddenly everything is interesting. And I wish I could make that feeling last.
Pretty sure Jane was the living, breathing blue stuff for Jesse and his character.
I could get some.
Mommy.
Hey, baby!
Oh, shoot. She's got a kid. Jesse can't give her meth now, especially after his interactions with the two crazy people last season and seeing the kid and wanting to protect him. He doesn't want to create the same situation.
Jesse, this is Brock.
It's a cool name. Keep it up.
You okay with kids?
Yeah. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he saved a kid earlier in the show, so he's definitely okay with them. But I don't know if he's okay with his plan being ruined completely right now. Wonder if that's going to be a bit of a wake-up call to him.
Safe and cautious is you not being involved in this at all.
Well, it's a little late on that. This is what happens when you decide to pay our bills with drug money.
I like that they're back together having interactions again, especially with all the history. It makes it so much more entertaining.
If you're going to launder money, Walt, at least do it right.
What is about to happen? Is Skylar about to take control? Is she going to start being shady too?
You worked here 4 years. It's a business you understand.
Shoot, I never thought I'd see that car wash again. Skylar is smart, man. She's a good partner for him right now.
Hey, Jesse, right? Brandon, Peter.
Man's always got a
How goes it?
donut.
Hanging in there?
Please, just
They're outside of the building and they're still trying to be undercover. I love it.
Do the deed yet?
What are you even doing here? You can't get your nut up to sell. What's the point of even coming?
I'm on like step 5.
Deuce, yo. I'm catching up.
Oh, what? They actually have been coming and going through the steps. That's unexpected. Jesse brought him in to sell and he's actually helping him low-key.
Dude needs to come into the fold.
They're great, man. I really enjoy them as side characters, especially when they're together. They're funny.
Who does tricks with firecrackers?
Tomas.
Who's Tomas?
He's my kid brother, and we don't talk about him. Come on, eat your food, Brock.
Shoot, what's the history there? Maybe he's passed away, or maybe he's done something bad. I don't know. I like that Jesse is not just abandoning that situation. He's diving farther in and trying to get something good going.
Makes a better story than your laser tag.
if you're committed enough, you can make any story work. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
This man's such a character. He almost does look a little bit like Kevin Costner in the right lighting.
Danny will look the other way to keep his dream afloat. Danny can be trusted completely. That guy, the guy with the eyebrows that won't quit.
Oh wow, he's even back. What's he gonna do, man? I would think that he'd want to go with Skylar's proposal in order to respect her decision and try and cultivate a relationship there again. But Saul does bring up some good points.
What?
Thought maybe if you're holding, we can do something.
Oh shoot, man, now she's the one asking. He planted the idea and now she's latched onto it. Shoot.
You're the one who brought it up the other day.
Yeah, that was before I found out you got a kid. What kind of mother are you?
What?
Whoa, dang, Jesse's going in. That seems to be one thing that Jesse doesn't mess around with, is when it comes to kids.
I was out of line. I don't know what you've been through. You can tell me if you want.
This whole neighborhood's run by gangs. They sort of took Tomas in. 8 years old.
Dang, bro, 8 years old in a gang, can't even imagine.
When he was 10, for some initiation or something, they made him kill somebody.
Holy crap, bro, that's heavy. Their family has struggled.
Told me all about it like it was nothing.
You say he killed.
Some dealer from some outside crew. Right around the corner from here, over off the Central.
No way, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Tomas killed his guy. I cannot believe they connected like that. Bro, that's insane. What is Jesse gonna do now knowing that?
He shot the guy right through the neck. Just because he was working the wrong corner. It won't happen again. Not to my son.
Holy crap, dude. That stare from him right there. Dude is pissed right now learning that. Actually, I don't even know what he would think. Maybe he could also just be feeling regret for pushing Combo to do that and not only getting him killed but ruining this kid's life.
I had him move the plasma in. That's how you always wanted it. You only had to get shot to get it right. I got you new
Oh my
bed.
gosh, Marie, come on.
Get that out of my house today. I leave this hospital when I walk out of here.
Oh man, what acting. I believe it, man. Hank is committed to getting better. So help whoever is in his sights once he gets out of that hospital. This man is going to seek revenge.
I'll be the Danny.
No.
Perfectly capable of managing a small business.
A legal business, not this.
If I'm in it, I'm gonna do it right.
Holy crap, bro. This is incredible, man. Skylar is jumping headfirst into the illegal activity now.
We're divorced, right?
I never actually got around to filing the papers.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what? These are actually going to be like a Bonnie and Clyde couple, man, just running illegal stuff together. I love the character development in this show, dude. Always entertaining to see characters reach a new point, but I can always understand why they've gotten to that point.
Yes. Okay, I'll be there.
What the heck is going on right now?
What was that?
An invitation.
Why is it so ominous, dude? Whatever it is, it must be big if they aren't telling us right away. Is it gonna be like Gus's home?
Walter, you're right on time. Please.
Dude, I can't believe it. Seeing Gus in his natural habitat. Wonder what his family's gonna be like. Wonder if they know what he does.
It always amazes me the way the senses work in connection to memory. I mean, this stew is simply an amalgam of ingredients.
Oh, wow. Gus is just by himself here. Interesting. I thought it was gonna be a family.
I would like to help you if I could. Help me how? Well, when I first started out, I made a lot of mistakes. I wish I had someone to advise me, because this life can overwhelm.
This is fascinating. I love this discussion. Love that these two guys are like the biggest dealers around, just having a normal, fun conversation.
What advice do you have for me?
Never make the same mistake twice.
Oh, what is that in reference to, man? I mean, my first thought is that he's referring to having Jesse be his cooking partner. Does that mean that Gus knows what Jesse's been doing with the extra product that he's been shaving off, or what? The other thing it could be referring to is him and Skylar, but how would Gus know anything about that?
Tomas?
Yeah, what you want?
Crystal, you think you could hook me up?
300.
For a teenth?
Dude, what? I can't believe he actually went and met him. Is he trying to take out these people?
Hey, yo!
I don't know where Jesse is going with this, but I'm confused why he just bought some meth from Tomas. Yo, what the heck? That last shot was tense. I mean, maybe seeing a young kid dealing meth is making Jesse rethink the profession that he's chosen, but I'm very interested to see what his motivation was for going there. Maybe if it was to see if the story that she told him was accurate. This episode was full of so many surprises. I loved all the things that they threw in here that I did not expect, starting right off from the start with Jane being back in the scene, which was awesome to see Kristen Ritter back in the show, because obviously when she was in it, really loved her character and her acting, and so great to see a little bit more of her there at the beginning. And then pretty much every scene Skylar was in, she was shocking me with what she was doing. First off, loved that she finally met Saul, because that was a fantastic interaction, and just seeing the two of them interact after Walter and Saul discussing her so much behind the scenes for a season is just hilarious to finally have that connect. And so I really liked the way that they did that, and just having Skylar be so committed now to being in that realm with Walter so that they can pay Hank's bills and not be caught with anything is just amazing to me. She's certainly come a long way in just a couple of episodes since the beginning of the season. But again, it's crazy because I can totally see how she's gotten to this point, because the writers of the show have just meticulously handled every progression of Skylar and of all the characters in their paths during the first 3 seasons that I've watched so far. And so it'll be very interesting to see them now, because Skylar said she didn't turn the divorce papers in, so they are still a legit married couple. And knowing that Skylar is kind of okay with it now and is willing to help Walter out with it, that will be a very interesting marriage dynamic, much more fascinating than their original one already was. But then the jaw-dropping connection that this episode made was the girl that Jesse was saying her younger brother Tomas was the one who killed Combo, which is insane. I did not expect to ever see that kid or any of that situation brought up again in the show. I thought it was just an isolated incident where it just showed that he died, and so that makes me question what else has happened in the show that I thought was small that might come up again unexpectedly. And it also creates a lot of questions for Jesse's character, because I don't know what his plan is now learning that information. situation, and then seeing how she was willing to take meth as a mother and he disagreed with that so much. So fascinated to see how his character progresses in these last 2 episodes of the season. I also really liked Gus's interactions with Walter in this episode at his house, because that was the most calm and relaxed I think I've seen Gus the entire show, and so it was cool to see him in a different light that I hadn't seen him before. But also very interesting the words that he decided to share with Walter, especially about not making the same mistake twice. So we'll see what Walter does with that information in the upcoming episodes. But it's amazing that at the beginning of the season, everything that I knew about the show was just kind of shattered and torn apart, and I thought that was what was going to be going forward for the characters and the situations and everything, just that state of them. But we've kind of almost come full circle to where we were at the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, but it's just with completely different context with everything. Obviously Hank is a completely different person and in a completely different place than he was at the beginning of the season, but with Skylar and Walter Jr., they're now a family together, but Walter and Skylar have a completely different relationship. Jesse is seeming to be in a relationship again, but I don't know if he's going to continue, knowing that Tomas is the younger brother. And so it's cool to see all the characters' journeys throughout this season, and where they're at now, where they've been, is just such a dynamic and well-written show, and it impresses me every episode. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed watching along with me for this one. Definitely a lot of great moments, but if you did, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. Helps the video reach a lot more people and helps the channel out, so I appreciate you guys who do that. As always, you can check out my full-length reaction to this episode and all the other Breaking Bad episodes I've done on my Patreon, the link for that being in the description below, and those are always uploaded earlier than the YouTube edits, so you can see them ahead of time there as well. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Only 2 more to go in this season, but until then, peace.